ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
कथेति मत्वा प्रसभं यदुक्तम् हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति अजानता महिमानं सवेदं मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन वापि यच्चावः सार्थमसत्कृतोऽसि विहारशय्यासनभोजनेषु येकोऽथवाप्यच्युत तत्समक्षम् तत्क्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयम् पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यः लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायम् प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीढ्यम् पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियः प्रियायार्हसि देव सोढुम् अदृष्टपूर्वं हृषितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपम् प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते श्रीभगवानुवाच मया प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेदं रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोगात् तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाध्यं यन्मे त्वदन्येन न द्रष्टपूर्वम् न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनैर्न दानैः न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः एवं रूपशक्य अहं नृलोके द्रष्टुं त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीद मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यथेत भीप्रीतमना पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य सञ्जय उवाच इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्तथोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा
Clarifications. First one, you mentioned that flattery works 110%. I agree. Correct. What is the antidote when someone is flattering you? How do you recognize genuine feedback versus flattery? Question. You mentioned that flattery works 110%. I agree. What is the antidote when someone is flattering you? How do you recognize genuine feedback versus flattery? Myth. Where are you? You are here? Ah, yes. Flattery works 110%. Correct. It works. How to avoid falling a victim to this is the question, isn't it? To avoid falling a victim to this, you should understand two things. Praise and criticisms are opinions of others. Again, praises and criticisms are opinions of others. This is what you have to understand. Follow? When someone is praising you, they are giving an opinion about you. Someone is criticizing you, they are giving an opinion about you. Therefore, to avoid falling a victim to this flattery, you should understand when praises come, when a sense of indispensability is shown towards you, you should understand it as they are giving their opinion. Number one. Number two, opinions means which is bound to change. Are you able to follow now? Opinion means that which will change in a split second. Because as long as you are doing something that is pleasant and favorable to them, one kind of opinion. When you do something which is unpleasant, unfavorable, a different opinion. So, pleasant, favorable is called praises. Unpleasant, unfavorable is called criticism. Therefore, how to avoid falling for this flattery? Understand both as opinions of others, depending upon what you are doing to them. It's entirely dependent upon what you are doing to. It's entirely dependent upon what you are doing to them. If somebody is praising you, they have derived some benefit from you. If somebody is insulting you or abusing you, it means they have not got any. It means they have got a hurt or an insult from you. Are you able to follow? Therefore, praises and criticisms are opinions of others. Therefore, a wise one will not fall for it. A wise one will never fall for praises. Flattery is nothing but praising you when you don't deserve to be praised, but you will be praised. That is called flattery, isn't it? What is flattery? You are praised beyond your capacity. You also know it, but you fall for it. It's not that you don't know it. You also know it, but you fall for it. Are you able to follow? Like, for example, he gives example, no? A person has so obese, become 110 kilos obese, and you tell the person, looks like you have lost weight. That person genuinely believes he or she has lost weight. It is just nothing but a flat. Are you able to follow? This is understanding it rightly. Then the next question is, how do you differentiate that from a genuine feedback? Amit, how do you differentiate it from a genuine feedback? Now, feedback is of two types. Feedback is of two types. One is a feedback regarding your personality. Another is feedback regarding a product. Remember that feedback is of two types. Most of the time, people take feedback for a product, not for their person. When I'm selling a product, I will ask for a feedback of what? Is the product meeting your expectations? If it is not meeting your expectations, what do you think can be improved? Blah blah blah. I'm not going into the details of the infinite ways in which you can take feedback. I'm not going into those details. But feedback can happen in two ways. One is feedback regarding a product. Are you able to follow? Another feedback is a comment on your personality. Remember, a comment on your personality will be genuine if it comes from a higher authority. A higher intellect, if it comes from a higher intellect, you should take it about your personality. If it is not from a higher intellect, ignore it. You follow? I mean, if a comment is made about your personality, a genuine feedback regarding your personality, somebody comes and says, no, you have to be kind. Why are you being very crude? Why are you being very indifferent? Why are you doing? Now, these kind of personality feedbacks must be taken seriously only when it comes from a higher intellect. If not, what happens is when somebody comes and tells you, why are you being indifferent? It's a way of saying, I came in, but you didn't pamper me. That's what it means. Are you able to follow? When somebody says, why are you indifferent to me? What does it mean? I came in, you didn't even smile at me. Isn't it? Now, what will you do? You have to put that air hostess plastic smile now, isn't it? You have to put that. Now, where do we draw the line? You follow what I'm saying? Therefore, feedback from the product is different. Feedback regarding your personality is different. When a feedback regarding your personality come, genuine feedback regarding your personality can come only from a higher intellect. You follow? Higher intellect means somebody who you think is better than you. Somebody who you believe is better than you as a quality human being. That is higher intellect. Higher intellect means whoever you believe is a higher quality person. Higher quality person means who has genuine intentions, who's always service oriented, etc., etc. That a remark from that kind of a person should be treated as genuine feedback. Rest of the feedback, you just ignore it because it is only another person's emotions. Somebody comes and throws their emotions. Somebody comes and throws their emotions on you. That's all it. Most of the feedback is nothing but others throwing their emotions on you, dumping their emotions on you. Are you able to follow? What does dumping their emotion means? Social etiquette, no, sir. When you meet somebody in the morning, you should say good morning. Why can't you say good afternoon? Why only in the morning? Supposing you meet that person in the afternoon, what will you say? Good afternoon, good evening. I'm not saying you should not do all that. Now, there are times where you may not be doing it for whatsoever reasons. Now, if this person is very, what is that word now? Rude. No, there's another word. Socially, there is a word for that now because every 10 years new word comes. I like those words. Huh? Socially challenged. Correct. Socially challenged. Yeah, correct. Socially challenged because it's in air. then then you have a very good social behavior. Supposing you are seriously thinking about something and if somebody crosses you, you don't pay attention to them. It means you don't have a good social. No. What genuine feedback it is? Are you able to follow? What genuine feedback it is? What can you take in that? What can you follow? Therefore, genuine feedback regarding your personality should always come from a higher intellect. Obviously, I'm not bringing guru and all, etc. I am not bringing guru and all here because any remark that comes from the guru must be taken as the authoritative statement. There is no choice there. If a remark comes from the guru, it becomes a law. Therefore, I'm not talking about that. I'm not getting into that discussion of the guru and the shastras here because most of the time, guru and the shastra will not give this feedback. Why they will not give this feedback? Because if they start giving feedback 24/7, they have to keep giving feedback only. What is that feedback? What is the feedback? What is that feedback? You are all wrong. You are wrong. Full stop. What feedback the guru can give? The guru will never give the feedback that you are right. The guru means one who has to give the feedback that you are wrong. That's it. There's no problem there. Are you able to follow? That's why from the guru we don't bother, because he will not interfere unless it is something that is so much of a crisis. And we don't do crisis every day. We don't keep getting into crises every day in our life for them to interfere. You follow what I'm saying? Otherwise, rest of the time, genuine feedback regarding your personality take from a higher intellect. Yeah. Because from the guru, there is only one thing. From the Shastra, there is only one thing. What? As you are wrong. Full stop. But sir, something also is right in me. No, the fact that you are claiming it as right means you are wrong. No, what do we do with them? So better to ignore them completely. Yeah. You will be sane if you ignore them completely. Yesterday, Swati showed a picture of me. She said, "This is you, Pa." She said something. I don't know from where she got the picture. There is one small guy on this side, and then there are millions of people on the other side, facing each other. There are millions of people this side. I'm here, one small, tiny, puny fellow this side. And then, yes, you are all wrong. So she said, "This is you." I said, "Very good. What do I do?" No. So she said, "This is you." Million, how many ever people come and whatsoever they say, you will say it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. What do we do now? You follow me? Yeah. Next clarification. Diwali question. Sweet only we give. Diwali gifts will be given. Diwali sweets will be given. Diwali question is also coming. We celebrate Diwali to recognize Rama coming back to Ayodhya. Then why do we worship Lakshmi and to some degree Ganesha and Diwali? Does worshipping Lakshmi take us towards or away from the path to moksha? Why does worshipping Ganesha take us away or towards the path to moksha? Amit, why do we worship Lakshmi and Ganesha? That's the question. Diwali is the Rama coming back to Ayodhya is Diwali. You come to my state and ask the people here, they will not know that story. They will say Krishna killed Narakasura and we celebrate Diwali. And no Lakshmi, no Ganesha will be worshipped here. We don't even understand that what is Lakshmi worshipping and Ganesha worshipping. Because for us, Diwali is just one day, that's all. The other parts of the country celebrate Diwali for 3 days, 4 days they celebrate. What is the significance of worshipping Lakshmi? It is, worshipping Lakshmi is very, very significant. Because for life to move, Lakshmi is goddess of what? Lakshmi is goddess of wealth. When you are in the pursuit of seeking wealth, obstacles will come. Ganesha has to remove those obstacles. Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. Vigneshwara is called Vigna and is one. Any path you take, at any endeavor will be faced with obstacles. Isn't it? Any project you undertake, what will happen? Obstacles will happen. And those obstacles can never be predicted already. Those obstacles can never be predicted or predetermined, isn't it? Praying to Vigneshwara implies what? Whatsoever the obstacle is, we can quickly adapt and continue with the project and not get depressed and saddened by the obstacle. That's what Ganesha is supposed to do. Follow? That's what Ganesha is supposed to do. You know, when America was trying to capture Bin Laden, they planned so meticulously. Should watch the documentaries. They planned so many 10 years of 10 years of tracking, and 1 year back they tracked and training who should go, who should not go, what should be done, what should not be done. Oh my God, absolute beautiful planning. Impossible that anything can go wrong. One thing went drastically wrong. What happened? One helicopter crashed. So it means how much ever you plan and predict, there will be an obstacle. So what is Vigneshwara means? What is recognizing Vigneshwara means? Whatsoever the obstacle is, howsoever you are not predicted, howsoever you don't know it, you can quickly, you don't in split second, in split second, you will get up and continue to do the planning. That is the strength. That strength, Vigneshwara, Ganesha is supposed to give us. Are you able to follow? Why do we worship Ganesha? Ganesha is the one who should give us strength to pick ourselves up as fast as possible when we face an obstacle. Obstacles can never be avoided. Life gives obstacles. There is no obstacle-free life. I have planned, therefore everything should go according to my plan. The best laid plans of men and mice gang off. Yes. He said the best laid plans of men and mice gang off ugly. Gang off ugly means how much ever you plan and plan and plan, something can go wrong. Now, when something goes wrong, how quickly you are able to bounce back? Are you able to follow? So Ganesha is symbolic of the ability to quickly bounce back from an obstacle. That is Ganesha. Worshipping Ganesha. Now, what is Lakshmi? What is Lakshmi? Lakshmi is goddess of wealth. Lakshmi is goddess of wealth. One of the four Purusharthas, Vedas have sanctioned 4 things that we have to do in life. The 4 things that Vedas have sanctioned and told us to do is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. The 4 Purusharthas, it's called. Dharma means the law, the universal law. You must know the universal law. Why do you need to know the universal law? Because you are the doer. Because you are the doer, you need to know the law. Because you are driving, the driver needs to know the rules. That is why it's so easy to say, God does everything. No, sir. If God does everything, who should study Dharma Shastra? Who should study Dharma Shastra then? You are God. Doer only should read. No, therefore, we need not study Dharma Shastra at all. Why? Because God being the doer, God should read that. What are we talking? Are you able to follow? Therefore, the first thing that we need to understand is Dharma means the law that is universal. The law that is universal. So, first important thing that a human being should do in life is to understand this Dharma, the law, in plural, laws. Second important pursuit is Artha. Artha means wealth. Artha means wealth. Why wealth? Because all species are given a natural ability at birth itself for their survival. Human beings have a nature, they have to develop intelligence, use their nature and survive. Are you able to follow? All other species, whatever is needed for their survival, they know at birth itself. They know that, and they need not do anything outside of that. The human being is not like that. A human being is given a nature, a intellect, an intelligence. Using all that, the human being has to live life. It means artha, wealth becomes an important necessity factor of life. Lakshmi, artha means wealth. And that wealth is symbolized by goddess Lakshmi. And when we worship Lakshmi, we are worshipping wealth. Are you okay till now? Worshipping means a reverential, disciplined approach towards wealth. Worshipping wealth doesn't mean craving for wealth and indiscriminately hoarding wealth. When we are worshipping Lakshmi, worshipping, it means what? When you are worshipping, it means there is a reverence, a reverential approach to wealth. When there is a reverential approach to wealth, what follows reverence? A discipline. What follows reverence is a discipline. And what is discipline? What is discipline regarding wealth? You don't indiscriminately use wealth. You don't indiscriminately use wealth, because it is of something that is very meaningful and important factor to life. Therefore, that which is meaningful to life must be worshipped. We worship water because it's meaningful to life. We worship air because it is meaningful to life. Similarly, we have to worship wealth because it is meaningful to life. And this Lakshmi is described as a beautiful she is, isn't it? Beautiful, isn't it? See, wherever wealth is, there is a beauty, no? Isn't it? Wherever there is wealth, there is a beauty. Yeah, perfectly correct. We worship Lakshmi because wealth is an important factor of life. When we say important factor of life, what it means is, in order to live our life and in order to do the Nitya Naimitika karmas properly, wealth is required. Therefore, Vedas have sanctioned pursuing wealth and acquiring wealth as an important discipline. When you are stuck to it, it's wrong. When you are stuck to wealth and refusing to move away from it, that is wrong. Very well follow. In order to fulfill desires in a legitimate way, wealth is required. Understand this. In order to fulfill desires legitimately, wealth is required. And that wealth, using that wealth, you fulfill your desires legitimately. By fulfilling some desires legitimately, you understand what? All this is not taking me anywhere. Then you come to Vairagya, Moksha. Are you able to follow the sequence? Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Therefore, wealth is an important aspect of life and it is worshipped. Lakshmi is worshipped. Why we worship Lakshmi on a Diwali day? Actually, Diwali day, why do we worship Lakshmi? Diwali day is the most joyful day, isn't it? In the entire calendar in the entire Oriental calendar, what is throughout the year we have festivals. Throughout the year we have festivals, isn't it? Even Ram Navami is there. But Ram Navami is not celebrated as Diwali. Why? Because culturally, joy and light and that entire thing that surrounding Diwali is so beautiful. In those days, they used to light lamps all over the house. Today, crackers came. 150 years, 100 years, 150 years is where this cracker thing and all. Now 500, 600 years back, who did crackers? Diwali was still celebrated then also. How it was celebrated then? The light. No, the whole house will be lit. The whole temple will be lit. And imagine when the whole lot is lit up. How beautiful it will be. See, nowadays we don't even understand that because we are lit all the time. We are lit all the time. We don't even understand that nowadays. To understand this, what you should do every night, you should switch off your electricity at 9 o'clock and switch it on at 7 o'clock in the morning. Switch it off at 9 o'clock, but AC won't work, no, sir. How can we sleep then? That is how, to that society, light was such a light bring in lot of festivity. And where there is lot of festivity, wealth plays a prominent role in festivity. And also that's the period where wealth is available because of the agricultural society. The rains have come, the prosperity has come, something has come, everybody has wealth, everybody distributes the wealth to everybody. Distributing sweets is distributing wealth in those days. Nowadays, distributing sweet is distributing diseases, isn't it? Distributing poison now. Yeah. Because in every household, everybody is diabetic. Now, what do you do? What sweet you will give? Are you giving sweet? Or are you giving poison? We don't understand. In those days, giving sweets is sharing wealth. When they give sweet, that's how they share their wealth with everybody. They share the benefit of the wealth to everybody. So, very symbolic is to worship Lakshmi. And when we are worshipping Lakshmi, we have this understanding of wealth that is guided by dharma. Remember that. Wealth that's guided by dharma. When wealth is guided by dharma, wealth is beautiful, Lakshmi. Yeah. When wealth is guided by dharma, that wealth will sit on you beautifully. What is the indication that wealth is beautiful on you? What is the indication? Not the physical beauty, the mental strength. What is the mental strength? You are so charitable, you can give and give and give and not be worried at all. That is the mental strength. The mental strength of dharmic wealth is what you can give and not be worried at all. Adharmic way, we will be worried about what will happen to me tomorrow. If I go on giving like this, what will happen to me tomorrow? Then we have to say, no, if you have that worry and all, don't give indiscriminately and then come and blame Vedanta for that. Keep it and Narayana. One day in some Janma, you will wake up. Are you able to follow? Amit. So worshipping Lakshmi is very, very symbolic in terms of a dharmic way of acquiring wealth. Now, don't ask what is dharmic way of acquiring wealth. We'll discuss all that later. If you go to 14th chapter, where you're going to discuss the three gunas, we have a lot of time to discuss all these things. Because when we go to the three guna discussion in chapter 14, that's where we get to study a lot of human nature, how to do things, all that we will see there in detail when we go. You follow, Amit? Wealth is big. And then there's another god of wealth also, Kubera. There are two gods we have. One god is Lakshmi, another god is Kubera. When Lakshmi is described as a beautiful goddess, Kubera is described as, you know the description of Kubera? Does anybody know the description of Kubera? Ugly, isn't it? Short. We all have two eyes. His eyes is misplaced in some other place. Ugly. One way that wealth can sit on you, in an ugly way it can sit on you. Another way wealth can sit on you like Lakshmi. I tell you, 99.9% Kubera only is there. 99.9% it's only Kubera thing. Because there is a fear, there is an insecurity, there is some worry about all that. Are you able to follow? Lakshmi is devoid of all that. But if you are dharmic and all, how can you acquire wealth? Only if you are dharmic, wealth will give you fearlessness. Are you able to follow? Dharmic wealth, fearlessness. Adharmic wealth, fear. Anybody you meet, you think that fellow is going to take away your wealth. Any person you meet, you will feel, oh, this fellow is going to take away your. He is going to take it. Are you able to follow? That's why we are so secretive about wealth. No, we should what we have should not be revealed, isn't it? In those days, you ask, what's your salary? Edo vardu, sir, isn't it? He will not reveal how much he is getting. Why? Fear. If I reveal it, problem, isn't it? So I reveal, therefore what? Edo vardu, sir. Edo vardu means hand to mouth. Yeah, hand to mouth existence is going on. What hand to mouth existence going on? Is it okay, Amit? Yeah. Ah. Reference, chapter 11, verses 41-42. You become an instrument versus have the instrument bhava. Are they same or is there a difference? Because the word instrument is used in both. If there is a difference, please explain the difference. Clarification. You become an instrument versus have the instrument bhava. Are they the same or is there a difference? There is a difference. There is a difference. The difference is in an instrument bhava, you are trying to practice it. You still think that you still believe that you are the doer. Now you want to, bhava means you are trying. In the other case, you are established in that. Remember, we always say this. What is effortlessly done by the selfless person, we have to do it with much effort. That's only, keep it as a thumb rule. Again, I repeat, whatsoever is done effortlessly by the selfless person, we need to do it with effort. If loving is so effortless for a selfless person, we have to make an effort to love. Are you able to follow? If giving is so natural for that selfless person, we have to make an effort to give. Are you able to follow? If doing the duties, if doing the Nityanaimittika karma is so effortless for a selfless person, we have to do Nityanaimittika karma with effort. Are you able to follow? Therefore, that is the difference. What is the difference? Whatsoever the qualities of the selfless person is, we have to do it with effort. Or understand it like this. At one point in time, he practiced it with effort, therefore it has become effortless now. Are you able to follow? Effortlessness comes out of much effort. We have seen it any number of times. Effortlessness comes out of much effort. If somebody is doing it so effortlessly, it means you understand much effort has gone into it. Are you able to follow? So, for some who's evolved, they have become that instrument. Bhava means you are trying, you are making an effort to become that. In that effort, sometimes you will slip, sometimes you will not be able to put in your 100%. All the fluctuations will happen. But in spite of the fluctuations, you try to maintain the bhava. So instrument bhava means practicing with effort. Become an instrument means a state where it has become effortless. That's why in Vedanta, the formula is the goal is the path. The goal is the path. If selflessness is the goal, selflessness becomes the path. If love is the goal, making an effort to love becomes the path. Living life just on duties is the goal, means the path is you have to do your duty. That's where he says, die doing your duty, it's still better. Get killed doing your duty. That is better, Arjuna. That's what is going to take you. Rather than shunning the duty, rather than avoiding the. Everyone follow? That's how it is. Is it okay? So bhava means you are doing it with effort. You have become means you have transcended, you are completely established in that.
So you're bringing an instrument, bhava means you're trying to become an instrument.
You are trying to become an instrument.
Whereas the doership is still there.
Yes, correct. Doership is still there. You are trying to become an instrument. Because you want to eliminate the doership. And the way to eliminate the doership is to bring in that instrument bhava. The way the doership is there, the way to eliminate the doership is to bring in the instrument bhava. Very well follow? Next. Over, huh? Okay. Verse number 43 we concluded last week. He says, you are the father. Pitasi lokasya characharasya. This chara and achara, this moving and unmoving, all this, you are the father. You should always remember this. Always, you should remember this. In stage number 1 of spiritual understanding, we say God created the world. We have seen that in chapter 7 and chapter 9. Whenever the word Pita comes, the creator comes, you need to understand this. You need to remind yourself constantly. What is it? Stage number 1. We say God created the world. Second stage is what? What is the second stage? God created the world. Stage number 1. What is the second stage? What is the second stage? Yeah, 44 verses we have studied Vishwarupa Darshana. And still we don't know the answer to this question. What is stage number 2? God has become the world. God has become the world. First stage, God created the world. Stage number 2, God has become the world. That is Vishwarupa Darshana. Stage number 3 is what? World is an appearance on God. 3 stages. Are you able to follow? 3 stages. First is God created the world. Second stage is God, I don't know, you have to call himself, I don't know, himself or herself or a combination, I don't know, whatever gender you want to use, you can use. God becomes the world. God has become the world. It's not that God created the world. How did he create the world? By him becoming the world. Just as how did gold create the ornament? How did gold create the ornament? By becoming the ornament. Similarly, God created the world by becoming the world. This is too much to digest. Vishwarupa Bhakti is very difficult. This itself is too much to digest. Because if we say God has become the world, then how do you account for what now? Because we see misery, we see pain, we see injustice, we see war, we see adharma, isn't it? Are you able to follow? Vishwarupa Bhakti comes and says, if God has become the world, adharma doesn't exist at all. Whatsoever happens is dharma. Are you able to follow? That's where bhakti is not that easy. People think bhakti means just sit one song, just go to temple and sing a song and come back there. Satsang means they think that. Bhakti means go to temple and sing a song and come back and sit together and do a song, do an aarti, distribute prasad and go back. Bhakti is done. That is not bhakti. Bhakti is a understanding. Bhakti is a clarity. What is the clarity? The clarity is, it is God that has become the world. Since it is God that has become the world, every aspect of the world is law. God means law. We have already seen that. God means dharma, the law. So every aspect of life is God. It means all that happens here is dharmic only. Then where is adharma, the pain, the misery? The human being's imagination. Therefore, ignorance it is, born of ignorance. That's why Vishwarupa Bhakti eliminates ignorance. So all the misery and pain is because of the ignorance of the human being. Therefore, knowledge removes that ignorance. Vishwarupa Bhakti. Then the third stage. What is the third stage? World is an appearance. God has become the world, technically speaking. Underline this. God has become the world without undergoing change. Because the world has come, God didn't undergo change. In the gold and ornament, the gold has changed. Here, at the third stage, you understand, there is no, whatsoever creation comes out, nothing happens to God. That's the highest level of Vedanta. Now, Vishwarupa Bhakti is a very important step to come to the highest stage. You can't bypass the Vishwarupa Bhakti and come to that. It's not possible. Therefore, for moksha, for liberation, what is happening? This is very, very important to understand. Therefore, what is he saying here? You are the Father, Creator. You are the Guru. He said, you are the Father. And then he said, you are the Guru. Hariyan Guru. Hariyan Guru means the foremost Guru, the supremost Guru. Why he is the greatest Guru? What is the logic to say that he is the greatest Guru? He is the greatest Guru. Bhagavan, Krishna, the Lord is the greatest Guru. Why God is said to be the greatest Guru? Guru Parampara Shloka explains it very clearly. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyama. If you come from one tradition, if you come from another tradition, Narayana Samarambham, another tradition. Now, it doesn't really matter which tradition you say the prayer from. There is the primary Guru, the first Guru. Gariyan Guru. You are the Gariyan Guru. Why you are the Gariyan Guru? Yes. All others are a Sishya to that Guru. So everybody was a Sishya once and become the Guru. Shankaracharya was a Sishya once and then he became the Guru. Now Gaudapada was a Sishya once and he became the Guru. Govinda Bhagavad Pada was a guru, was a Shishya once, and then he became. So if you trace back the entire Guru Parampara, that's why we say Guru Shishya Parampara. We will never say Guru Parampara. We'll always say Guru Shishya Parampara because the Shishya becomes a Guru, the Shishya becomes a Guru, the Shishya, that's how it goes on. Now you work backwards now. Gariyan Guru means at the first stage, at the beginning point, you are that Gariyan Guru. Gariyan Guru means a Guru without you are so wonderful because you never had the necessity to be a Shishya at all. Yeah. All of us are Shishya once. Has to become Shishya once, Vijayarangan. புரியுதா இப்போல்லாம் சிஷ்யா இல்லை. We have to become Shishya once. சிஷ்யா ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் பாஸ்லாம் பண்ணி குரு ஹேஸ் டு சே யூ ஆர் பாஸ்ட் இல்லையா? நம்மளே சர்டிஃபை பண்ணிக்க முடியாது. We can't certify ourselves and say I have passed, isn't it? The guru has to say you have passed, and then you become the Gariyan Guru. You are the Pita, you are the Gariyan Guru. Therefore, you are matchless, none comparable to you. None comparable. Why there cannot be comparison means two relative entities can be compared. Two relative entities alone can be compared. For comparison, limitation is required. For comparison, limitation is required. Are you able to follow this? For you to compare something limitation. It has to be relative. Limited by Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma, Kriya. That which is limited only by all these things can be compared. But when it comes to Brahman, the supreme reality, Kutaha Anyaha, who else is there in comparison to you? Because you are absolute, not relative. Verse number 43. Verse number 44 pading.
तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायम् प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीढ्यम् इतेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियः प्रियायाससि देव सोढुम् तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायम् प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीढ्यम् पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियः प्रियायाससि देव सोढुम्.
Therefore, going down, prostrating my body before you, O adorable Lord, I seek your grace. You should bear with me, O God, as father with son, as friend with friend, as lover with beloved. Therefore, going down, prostrating my body before you, O adorable Lord, I seek your grace. You should bear with me, O God, as father with son, as friend with friend, as lover with beloved. Beautiful verse. Very beautiful. Look at the three examples. We'll go to the three examples and see what those three examples means. Beautiful examples. Therefore means concluding based on all the adjectives he has been given. Therefore means you should understand from what? From fear to, from adoration to fear to bhakti. From wonderment to fear to therefore. Bowing down, O adorable Lord, I seek your grace. Prasad. Prasad means grace. Yeah, I seek your grace. No? The Sanskrit word that is used is prasad. I seek your prasad. You should bear with me. You should bear. Sodum. That's a Sanskrit word. You should bear with me. Bear with me means Like the three examples. Bear with me. Like the three examples. What does that mean now? Very beautifully, he is getting into the description of it. The first one is father. First one is talking about is the father. Parent. Father means you can take it as the parent. Just as the parent forgives their mistakes. Just as the parent forgives the mistakes of the children. Forgiving doesn't mean they are in agreement with their mistakes. Please understand, forgiving doesn't mean they are in agreement with it. Forgiving means I will continue to help you and support you. That's what forgiving means. Instead of putting nowadays the language itself is get out, no? Isn't it? What is the language nowadays? Everybody is using one word, one attitude. What? Get out. Isn't it? Get out. Get out means what? Either according to my terms and conditions or get out. It means no love at all. The ability to accommodate the ability to love, the ability to accommodate a person isn't there at all. Therefore, who can go and ask what forgiveness from anybody? Are you able to follow? So, what is the father means? As the parent try to correct the mistakes of the children, but not they try to correct and forgive, isn't it? If the parent were to keep their all the things in their head, what will happen? Are you able to follow? Children by default, what they will do? Children, uh, they will violate the law, they will transgress the law, they will be disobedient. By law, children will do that. So what will the parent to do? A understanding, a forgiveness, a affection, and wherever correction is required, correction. He says, like father, beautifully, like father. Second example is lover to the beloved. What is lover to the beloved? English they say, no, love makes a person blind, isn't it? Love is blind. Correct? Love is blind. One person who has interpreted it so rightly is Ramatirtha. He says, yes, love is blind. Blind to the faults of the others, he says. When you love, you ignore the fault. You ignore the mistakes of the other. That's lover to the beloved. Lover to the beloved is ignoring. Where is this forgiving? Even there, the same principle. What is the principle? Get out. Isn't it? Get out. Prenup agreement. Huh? What is it called? Prenuptial. I don't know. What is it called? Huh? Am I saying it rightly? Does anybody know that? Pre not. Marriage munnadi agreement. In case we divorce, your property will not come to me, my property will not come to you. Wow. What a marriage it is. Isn't it? What a wonderful marriage. It means it's already decided what? It's already decided what? Divorces will happen. If it happens, Narayana, what do we do there? Isn't it? Nothing can be done. Quite a few people asked me, should I do that, sir? What is Vedanta on that? I said, Vedanta is very confused about these things, I said. Yeah, Vedanta is very confused about these things. Why, sir? For Vedanta, what is the problem? Isn't it? Marry, you marry, that's all. You marry, that's it. Where is the problem? But wrong person. Is the person wrong or you are wrong? No, sir, I am right, the other person is wrong. Finished. Adukapram Vedanta is utterly confused because Vedanta can't understand these things. Yanisha sarva bhutanam sanisha pashyato nehe, he says. In this, the Sthita Prajna portion, beautiful example he gives about the Sthita Prajna in verse number 69 of chapter 2. Yanisha pashyato munehe, meaning day and night. Day and night means two different existences they have, isn't it? This is one, there is the Siddha Prajna wise way of living, and then there is the dark way of living. And both, there is no gray areas at all. There is no little bit here, little bit there and all. Patchwork and all doesn't. Anisha sarva bhutana sanisha pashyato munehe. He puts it very symbolically. That can be used everywhere, that formula can be used. So that's why I always say, the chapter 2 is full of formulas. That formula can be applied everywhere. So what is he saying? Just as lover to the beloved. Lover to the beloved. Third thing is friend. You can insult a friend and the friend will not take it offensively. Then only it is friendship. Isn't it? Friend means one who can offend, but you will not take it seriously. Isn't it? That is called a friend. You are the father, you are the beloved, you are the friend. A beautiful form of devotion it is. It's a bhakti, that's all. It's a beautiful bhakti. In the bhakti tradition, it's called Madhura Bhakti. Madhura means everything is so beautiful about this bhakti. Yeah. Like, there is one shloka, no? Madhurashtakam. There is one shloka on Krishna, no? Madhurashtakam. Adharam, Madhuram, everything about him is so beautiful. Madhuram is beautiful. Madhuradipate Akilam. Madhuradipate Akilam. Everything about him is, his walk is, Kamanam. Oh my God. Beautiful. Madhuram. Krishna, Arjuna is saying that bhakti. Because in that bhakti, everything is devotion. I am like that. I am trying to be like that to you, Krishna. Therefore, aparadaha, forgive me. Therefore, forgive, grace. Give me, prasada means forgive me. Forgiveness is the God's prasad. What is prasad from God? What is the prasad that you seek from God? Forgiveness. And what is forgiveness means? You have to clearly understand what is forgiveness means. Forgiveness means a few things. Accept the mistake and a sense of regret about the mistake. That is point number one of forgiveness. Point number one of forgiveness is what? Acknowledging and accepting the mistake. Second thing is what? For the mistake that you have done, you pay a price. It's called prayaschitta. The third thing is a pratignya, not to repeat it again. You're able to follow? Then only it is forgiven. You can't simply say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, and go back and do the same thing again. Because by saying sorry, you feel you are okay, so that you can repeat it again. Are you able to follow? Therefore, forgiveness means 3 stages. First is acknowledging the mistake, acknowledging and accepting and regret. Number 2, pay the price. That's called prayaschitta. So this prayaschitta karma is a very beautiful karma that we talk about it. So second is the prayaschitta. While doing prayaschitta, while paying the price, you understand that if you commit it again, that much price has to be paid. Therefore, what happens? A vow, a pratignya, that I will not repeat it again. Are you able to follow? That's where the sequence comes. Oh, I understood I made a mistake, sir. No, you have not understood. Because the next 2 steps is not done. What are the next 2 steps? The price has to be paid and a vow not to repeat it again. Now, you can't directly come to the third point because theoretically third point is very easy to hear, isn't it? I made a mistake. Never I will repeat it again. All that I did is a commitment. No, I have given the commitment. Next day, in the same situation, the person will do the same mistake. Because commitment doesn't come like that. Therefore, the Shastras, with all their love and compassion, kept the process of prayaschitta in between. So there is a accepting I made a mistake. That itself is very difficult, isn't it? To accept that I made a mistake itself is very, very difficult. Most of the time, you feel that I made a mistake. And if the other says, yes, you are right, you made a mistake, now you feel like strangling that person. Have you ever noticed it? You will say, I made a mistake. The other should say what? Oh, no, it's not like that. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah, I made a mistake. Yes, you made a mistake. And if the other gives you one slap, what will you do there? Will you prostrate and say thank you, or you will come back irritated? What will you do? You will come back irritated only. Why? Because to accept the mistake itself is very difficult. Accepting the mistake means the other saying, yes, you made a mistake. How would you feel at that point of time? So many people come and tell me, no, sir, I did this. Oh, I can see the ego in that eyes. The ego, the eyes are so widened. Ego, I did it. Supposing in return, if I say, Venkat, correct. Loose mari tappantinglen. What will happen? What will happen? Very harsh you are, sir. Very cruel, sir, you are. Why? Because you come and say, I made a mistake. What I should say in return? No. You didn't make it. It's not that big a mistake and all. You know, people are like that. It's okay. Don't worry. I am there for you so that you can go and commit the mistake again. Huh? what kind of a forgiveness that we are doing in life? So the first point itself is very difficult. Acceptance, accepting the mistake. What the other tell you that you made a mistake. The other tells you that you made a mistake and you are able to accept it. You don't say, I made a mistake, I made a mistake. And when other says, you defend. Are you able to follow? When other says you made a mistake, you don't defend. Then first thing. Second thing is what? What is the prayaschitta for that? Because if you make a mistake, you should pay the. Sorry is not the price. I said sorry. No. Shastras, Dharma Shastras, God is very strict. Vishwarupa, that's why Vishwarupa is very strict, Compassionate form is very liberal, which doesn't help anybody. Vishwarupa only actually helps. So that Vishwarupa will say, now that you have said sorry, prove it to me that you are genuinely feeling sorry. How would you prove that you are genuinely feeling sorry? How would you prove that you are genuinely feeling sorry? Do the prayaschitta. Do the prayaschitta. If you are doing the prayaschitta is the proof that you are genuinely feeling it. And then the third step is what? Third step, a pratigya, a vow that I will not repeat it again. Or if the first two is done rightly, third will automatically come. Are you able to follow? If the first two is done rightly, the third will come automatically. 3 examples is given. What are the 3 examples? Father, friend, beloved. For father, putrasya. For friend, shaka. For husband, beloved, not husband, beloved. Lover to the beloved. Priyaya. Priyaya. Forgiveness means what? Forgiveness means what I should not have done, I did. Are you able to follow? Forgiveness comes from where? What I should not have done, I did. Please understand. Forgiveness is a very important aspect of life because admitting the mistake without inner transformation is a mere lip service. Are you able to follow? Admitting the mistake without inner transformation. That's why in the deepest core, it's very difficult for a human being to believe that I made a mistake. Most of the time, we admit our mistakes as lip service only. Because deep down, I'm convinced about what I did is right. Deep down, I always believe what I did is right. Therefore, I don't need to seek forgiveness at all because I didn't do anything wrong. No. Are you able to follow? Forgiveness means I have committed an offense. I have committed an offense. What is the offense? Example. What is the offense that Arjuna is talking about? Take an example. I have not reverentially treated you while playing in jest all the drama he said the previous verses. Connect to all the previous verses. I have not reverentially treated you. Because of ignorance, inadvertently, I did a few things to you. You remain unaffected by it, but I should not have done it. Just because you are unaffected by it doesn't mean what I did is correct. Are you able to follow the mistake? Are you able to follow Arjuna's understanding here? Arjuna is saying, Krishna, I know you are not affected by all these things. Just because you are not affected by these things doesn't mean what I did is right. I should not have done it and I did it. Therefore, I seek your prasada. What is your prasada? Forgiveness. And I am not simply asking for forgiveness. I am demonstrating my intent. I am demonstrating that I have actually understood it. How? I am prostrating to you. I am prostrating my body, he says, no, that namaskara is an admittance. That namaskara is admitting. That Sashtanga Namaskara is an admit. He is the way in which he says, I made a mistake. Please understand. I made a mistake and my personality needs to be changed. We always say, I made a mistake in relation to a situation. I will never say, as a person, I need to change. Are you able to follow the difference? We always believe, as a person, I don't need change. In a given situation, I acted wrongly, sir. That is correct. That I agree. But that because I did it, don't come and tell me that I have to transform. Because deep down, there's no mistake at all. Are you able to follow the difference now? Deep down, there's no mistake. Okay, in a given situation, I may have acted wrongly. I will not do it again. That given situation, I will not act like that again. But don't come and tell me because of that act, my personality needs to be changed. Inner transformation need not happen because of it. That's why everybody admits their mistakes and go back and go on doing it again and again, and because they believe inner transformation is not required. That's why admitting the mistakes and all is so superficial. I'm sorry, I won't do it again and all is so superficial, because deep down they don't believe that they require a change in personality. Deep down, they don't believe an inner transformation is required. In the case of Arjuna, is very clear. What is it that is very clear in his case? He wants a transformation of the personality, because this act is done not because of a situation. This act is done because there is something wrong in me that made me to do that. Because there is something wrong in me that made me to do that, I want a transformation of my personality. Not that I will not commit it again in the same situation. No, transformation is required. Therefore, acknowledgement of mistake. Acknowledgement of mistake. What does acknowledgement of mistake means? Inner transformation is required is acknowledgement of mistake. Are you able to follow? I need to inner transformation varnum nakada. You have understood the mistake. So inner transformation is necessary. One. Second is what? A pain for that act. A pain for the act. Pain is the first prashchitta. Second prashchitta, damage control. Second prashchitta, damage control. So prashchitta has to be done. Nowadays, nobody even talks about this prashchitta and all. Even the so-called teachers also don't talk about this prashchitta anymore, because no, sir, it's such a confusing thing. Why talk about it? That's so important, because then only inner transformation will. For an inner transformation to happen, you have to make the person pay the price. And when you make the person pay the price, the transformation is possible. You follow? So forgiveness means what? I am willing to pay whatsoever the price is. Whatsoever the price is, I am willing to pay. And then the Guru says The Shastra says, Krishna says, this is the price you have to pay. Then what happens? Immediately you are willing to pay the price. Sashtanga Namaskar. Sashtanga Namaskar means like a stick that has fallen. Sashtanga Namaskar, example of Sashtanga Namaskar is a stick that has fallen. That is Sashtanga Namaskar. Ashtanga. Sashtanga means all 8 limbs. All 8 limbs are flat on the floor. It means what? Absolute surrender. It means absolute surrender. What else I can do? I can only surrender to you like this. Surrendering means what? Doing what? Doing what you are commanded to do. That's called surrender. You go and surrender, and then a command will be given to you. Do as per the command given to you. Like father forgives the son. Why they forgive? Because they know child doesn't understand. It will grow. It will grow. The child, the father forgives because of the understanding of the ignorance and the childish nature. Child will outgrow that one day. Therefore, the father, lover to the beloved. What is lover to the beloved? What does lover to the beloved means? What does lover to the beloved means in the modern day language? The modern day language, lover to the beloved means the mood of one will not affect the other. That is love. That is love. Are you able to follow? Everybody goes through moods. What does love means? What is love? Everybody goes through moods. What does love means? Accepting. Accepting, isn't it? Accepting, it is accepting this will happen. When you are close, you will not mind it. Are you able to follow? Closeness is an indication. What is the indication of closeness? Closeness is an indication that the moods of one will not affect you, because you love the person so much that you are able to accommodate that. You are able to accommodate then only you are friends. How does friend forgive? At least in relation to the friend, you need not worry which word to use, isn't it? Which word to use, you need not worry. You can use any word. You can use any word. Arjuna foolishly used all those words. Now he is regretting, isn't it? Arjuna foolishly used all those words. Didn't even know that. Now he is regretting. What is that? Oh, I said this, I said this, I said this. Now, like a stick, I have fallen to the ground at your feet. Forgive. Give me the prasad. I seek your grace. I seek your grace. Forgive my shortcomings, the harsh words that I said. Forgive. Forgive that. Forgive that. Forgive that. There is no God that is upset with you to forgive. Please understand that. There is no God anywhere that is upset with you to forgive. But it is very important for you to do that. Are you able to follow? So, what does forgiveness means? Again, the sequence. Acknowledge that you made a mistake. Acknowledge that you made a mistake. Mistake means inappropriate. Second is willing to pay the price. That's called prashchitta. The third is the vow. So if 1 and 2 is done rightly, third will happen as an effect. 1 and 2 is the cause, the third is the effect. What is the effect? That you will never ever do it again, because you know the pain and you know the price that you have to pay. know the pain and you know the price that you have to pay. Therefore, what will happen? You will take a vow that I will never ever. That's why they say if you have violated your Nitya Naimittika karma, Prayaschitta is very severe. Don't worry, we will not discuss all that here. Then out of syllabus, we will not even discuss in any inside the class, outside the class, nowhere we will discuss all that. Don't worry. But time pass na idella. When you violate your Nitya Naimittika karma, Prayaschitta is very, very heavy Prayaschitta. Because that Prayaschitta alone will help you to go back to Nitya Naimittika karma again. A vow that under all circumstances, I will be doing my Nitya Naimittika karma. Arjuna is saying symbolically that I am willing to do that. How do you say that? By saying Sashtanga Namaskar. Previously also he said I am Namaskar to you in the front, Namaskar to you from the back, on all sides, 1,000 Namaskaras to you, million Namaskaras. All that he has already said. And he's continuing with it. What? Sashtanga Namaskar I am doing to you. Like a stick fall, I fall. Some of the traditions they do that. Huh? Don't try all that. Arthritis will be finished, isn't it? Yeah. I used to do that. You don't do slow namaskar pannakoodadhu. You know that, no? First you sit and then come on the knees and then come on the stomach and then stretch. That's not how namaskar is done. When the Guru comes, Ashtanga Namaskar. Ashtanga Namaskar, how you should fall? You should fall. Sometimes your teeth and all will get broken. Yeah, doesn't matter. Well, with the teeth, what are you going to do? Anyway, let it break. Doesn't matter. That's Ashtanga Namaskar. He said, stick ulra madri, he said. Then I thought stick in a step by step. Stick doesn't fall step by step. No, isn't it? How does the stick fall? It falls downward. Prashchitta. Arjuna is saying, I'm willing to. With this, we conclude for today. Amit, clarifications, everything will continue with next week. With this, we conclude.